This is the new Porsche 911 Turbo S, and it can do this. Whoa! And because it's a convertible, press a button, put the roof down, and on a nice sunny day, you got this. You've got a open top cruiser that happens to have 711 horsepower and can do 200 miles an hour. Now, if you're wondering what this is, it's a dog carrier. In fact, it's Porsche's official dog carrier, about 600 quid's worth, that the PR team very kindly suggested I borrow. Now, my puppy, who rather awkwardly is called Enzo, he's named after Enzo Ferrari, we'll gloss over that. I haven't been blacklisted by Porsche. He, bless him, he wasn't too interested. He went in it the other day, we sort of shoved one of his spare beds in there, and it was all right, but he's only 10 weeks old, bless him. So a little bit unfamiliar, perhaps not the best experience, but I think once your dog's a bit older, then they get to enjoy. Whoa! They get to enjoy a bit of that. Dogs love turbochargers, probably. I've had this car for 4 days. I've done 270 miles so far, over about 8 hours. It's been quite slow. Averaged about 29 miles an hour, and I've also averaged just under 20 mpg. Go! Whoa! Now we've slowed down a bit. We'll pull the thing and put the roof up. Honestly, that'll never get old. I was a bit unsure when the press office said, oh, the coupe's booked out for ages, do you want the convertible? Because I thought, why would you have the Turbo S, the big boy, and then compromise it by having a convertible? Well, I needn't have worried, to be honest, because this has just been brilliant. You'd think it's only a really small update on its predecessor, but it's not, because this is part of the family of hybrid Porsche 911s. Remember, the GTS from last year was the first hybrid 911. This is the second, the Turbo and the Turbo S. Now, this isn't a hybrid in the traditional sense. You don't plug it in, it can't run on electric power alone, and the hybrid system doesn't make it any more efficient. That's not the point. It's all about making it quicker. It's got a 400 volt system, a 1.9 kilowatt hour battery, so really small battery that is constantly charging and depleting and charging again. You can't plug it in. There's no mode for telling it to charge the battery back up. It just does it all automatically as you're driving. And that battery feeds 3 electric motors. One of them is in the gearbox, 8-speed PDK, semi-auto with paddles. The other 2 are in the turbochargers. What those motors do is they spin the turbine straight away. As soon as you accelerate, as soon as you call for power, the motors are spinning the turbines in the turbochargers instead of waiting for exhaust gas to come round. So that's a very long-winded way of saying Porsche has made a hybrid system that doesn't save the planet, but it does get rid of turbo lag. Everything else is typical 911. You've got a flat 6 engine out back, you've got a boot at the front that you can put a couple of carry-on suitcases in, or 3 bags of gravel if you happen to go to B&Q on a bank holiday, as I did. We've got a couple of child seats, essentially. Porsche has always called this car a 2+2, a family car. They are kid seats. They've got Isofix for child seats. You can get back there. My partner actually sat back there for a journey a few days ago. All 5'2" of her fitted just fine. Big touchscreen in the middle, easy to use. I like Porsche's system a lot, but you're just going to use CarPlay, aren't you? As I'm doing now, works really well. It's wireless phone charger in the center here. Lots of buttons, lots of toggle switches, buttons all over the steering wheel for volume and media controls and phone and all that good stuff. Toggles on here for, in this case, the nose lift, which is an optional extra, the sports exhaust, and a few other bits and pieces. And then you've got physical controls again for the cabin temperature and the fan speed, which we love to see. I'm fed up with car companies hiding all that stuff in a touchscreen. It's just a pain and frankly unsafe. So well done, Porsche, for persevering with these switches. They're lovely, they work really well. What else? This has got the seats with, I think it's 22-way adjustment, electric adjustment, heated and cooled. This car's fully loaded, basically. And the price suggests it is indeed fully loaded. About 200 grand for the Turbo S. It's expensive. It's an expensive car, but it really does everything. With this, it's comfortable, the seat is highly adjustable, the steering wheel is highly adjustable, you can get a perfect driving position. It's just cruising along at 1500 RPM at 70 miles an hour, and it's absolutely lovely. But then when you want to, you can put it into Sport Plus, you can shift a couple of cogs, and this just infinite well of torque pushes you forwards. I think maximum torque is between 2 and a bit and about 6,000. Redline at 7.5. So it's not really a car that you need to rev out. And when you do, it sounds okay. It's quite industrial. It's such a cliche to say the Porsche Turbo could do everything, but it can. It really, really can. And especially in this configuration with comfy seats and a nice sound system and a convertible roof, it can just do everything you want a car to do. It's got 711 horsepower, 800 newton meters of torque, but it'll also cruise along. You can go and do the shopping in it. You can take your dog with you. You can have a couple of kids in the back on child seats. This is a car that does everything. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. It isn't a car that you're going to go on a track day with. That's the GT3. It's not the one for purists either, because you can't get it with a manual gearbox. That's for the GT3 Touring or the Carrera T. So it has got its own role in the Porsche family, despite all the others having turbos too. And it's not just a straight line rocket ship either, although that arguably is what it does best. The steering's lovely. It doesn't have the immediacy or the precision of a GT3, but then nor should it. The GT3 can feel a little bit darty sometimes. It can take you by surprise if you're not really paying attention. Whereas this, it feels like it's just got a little bit of sneeze factor, intentionally so. It probably will go from point to point across normal roads quicker than anything else on the road. It doesn't feel compromised in the way £250,000 supercars do, like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a McLaren. They feel like they have a single purpose, which is great when that's what you want from it, when you want performance or you want to show off because it looks exotic. But we're in a world now where some supercars don't even have any storage, and I fear that that's going to filter down into the mid-range of supercars too, the kind of cars that this competes with, and this is just going to wipe the floor, isn't it? So in a world of uncompromising supercars, for a similar amount of money, you can have what I would argue is a sports car that is probably quicker point to point because you've got four-wheel drive, you've just got so much traction, so much grip, and it gives you so much confidence. And when you get to your destination, it can get over the speed bumps without even needing the nose lift because it's practical and Porsche's thought about these things. It's usable. And you glide below people's radars too in this car, I've noticed. I was driving around the other day, beautiful sunny bank holiday, going right through the centre of Whitstable on the Kent coast. Loads of pedestrians everywhere, and I don't think a single person swore at me. No rude hand gestures, no nothing. Because to the vast majority of people, it's just a Porsche 911. It's not a car that makes you feel like a bit of a Burke driving it. Sorry, exotic car companies. Which again makes it the everyday supercar. Sports car. Can't decide what it is. Is this a supercar or a sports car? Let me know in the comments. And it's been a surprise, quite frankly. I was concerned that the Turbo and the Turbo S wouldn't feel special anymore. And I was worried that the convertible might not be the right configuration for the Turbo. But it is, it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? This car doesn't take itself too seriously. It's not trying to set a new lap record. It's just trying to get you somewhere quickly and put a smile on your face while also carrying your family out to lunch. I should get into the pros and cons. There aren't many cons, but I've alluded to a couple. I'll come back to them now. One of the problems, and it's with all 911s at the moment, the tyre roar, the road noise. It's pretty loud in here. I don't know if this is coming through on my microphone, but it's loud. They all are these days, 911s, and it can get a bit tiresome. Could argue it's getting quite expensive as well, the Porsche 911. It used to be a sub 100 grand car, didn't it? It's not anymore, and this one's more than double that. But like I said, this is at the top of the 911 food chain. The rear seats really are only for children. Like I said, my partner fitted there, but it wasn't pleasant for her. And she's quite short. The seats are pretty much exactly upright, and so you're sat kind of forwards, and you feel quite exposed. And especially if you've got the roof down, you feel a bit weird because you're sat a bit higher than the driver, I think. Yeah, you're really exposed back there. And of course, when the roof's up, you feel really quite claustrophobic. So they are for kids. On to the pros. Well, where do I start? It's a hybrid, but not as we know it, I think is the best way to describe what Porsche's done here. And you don't really notice it, to be honest, when you're driving. Yeah, it's got a little bit more zip to it, perhaps, than previous turbos, because it's got those electric motors in the turbines, spinning them up immediately. I think quite a lot of that perceived improvement is probably psychological. I'm not sure how much of the improvement you can actually feel day to day. You can see it's working, so the readout here is constantly telling me whether the battery's charging or being used, which is kind of fun. Other pros, obviously the practicality. I keep coming back to this. It's just such a practical car. All 911s are. Big boot, seats in the back, comfortable, not too wide, doesn't annoy people, doesn't make you look like a Burke. Even the rear wing goes away when you don't need it or want it. It's restrained. It's the most restrained 700 horsepower car you'll ever drive. The interior, I think, is fabulous. Some people will complain that it's lost that sort of analog feel and look. Sure, it has, but I don't really mind. The UI is good. Porsche's system, I like it. I'm familiar with it, which probably helps, but I like it. I think it works really well. I came into this wondering if it could be as special as old turbos because other 911s are turbocharged. But yeah, it is. It feels really special. It's still the daddy. It's still the one at the top of the food chain. And you can have it as a convertible. Why wouldn't you? You're not chasing lap times. Get the convertible, put the roof down on a sunny day. Another positive is just how approachable this car is. You know, the 911 Turbo used to be known as the Widowmaker because they had a bit of a reputation for being absolutely wild and prone to spitting a city boy off a country lane, but it's just not like that anymore. Four-wheel drive makes a big difference, of course, and modern stability control systems. Yeah, I'm sure if you press on, it'll remind you that there's a really big weight over there, over the back axle, and it will come round and bite you if you provoke it, but refrain from poking it with a big stick and it's on your side. There you go, there's my predictable conclusion. The Porsche 911 Turbo S. It ticks all the boxes. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please click subscribe. Don't forget to sign up to our new newsletter, and I will see you on another video very soon.